Hello there, precious one, and welcome to February 2023. Now, if you've been following me, you probably know that for the last 2 weeks, I've been releasing my weekly videos on Sundays, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and I've named these new series the Sunday Success Sessions. How do you like the name? I love it. Anyway, coming up, we're talking about FSE. What's that, you ask? The Fresh Start Effect. It's February and research shows that this is the time when you and I start to slack off on our goals. Okay, maybe not you and I, but generally people start to slack off on their goals. And this has to do with the fresh start effect. Now, if you want to know more about this, and if you want to know how to avoid these mistakes and achieve your goals in 2023, or even the goals you have for February 2023, just this month alone, then don't forget to stay tuned to Avril's Cues, this channel. Don't forget to click the red subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notifications. Don't forget to share this with at least 3 people, people you love and care about, people who you want to elevate so that you can co-elevate and grow together. The fresh start effect. This refers to this is a psychological phenomenon where individuals are motivated to make improvements, changes in their lives around significant temporal landmarks such as birthdays, New Year's, festivals, new seasons. These landmarks create a sense of a clean slate. They provide somewhat like a new beginning, inspiring people to reflect on their past behavior, think about what they want in the future and how to go towards that. This effect can lead to increased motivation, personal growth, better self-discipline, improvement in your relationships, and a greater likelihood that you're going to follow through on your resolutions. Back up a bit. However, it can also lead to unrealistic expectations, disappointments if your goals are not achieved. To maximize the benefits of the fresh start effect, it's important to set realistic, achievable goals, to be patient and persistent in working towards them. Like I always say, practice makes possible, not perfect. What is the downside of the fresh start effect? Let's talk about the downside. The downside of the fresh start effect can include the following. Number 1, unrealistic expectations. People set unrealistic goals for themselves during a fresh start, which can lead to disappointment, frustration, anxiety when these goals are not achieved. Because, when you start something on this special landmark date, you're filled with a certain emotion, you're kind of running with the crowd, you're running with your peers, whoever your core group is, and you have this ideal in your mind that you're going to achieve it in a certain way, in a certain amount of time. And chances are when this euphoria wears off around the end of Jan, typically between 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes even 2 to 6 weeks, you tend to reassess your goals, and not everybody reassesses their goals to take stock of what can I do now to actually set this in motion. Most people look at their goals and think, dang, I failed. It's no use. Why should I continue? It's never going to happen. I was so carried away. Maybe it's not for me. Because you're not really understanding that the frame of mind that you set the goal in is different from where you are now. And even though the goal makes complete sense to you, and in all probability you will be able to achieve it, just not with the same intensity that you thought of when you were setting it in that euphoric state during that special time in terms of a landmark. Right? In terms of a landmark like New Year's, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever, or even in India we have so many festivals, so we may set resolutions even on these traditional festivals of ours. So that's something to watch out on. And with a coach, specifically with a coach, you can work on your goals, and I offer 30-minute chemistry sessions for anybody who clicks on the Calendly link below. So why don't you take me up on that opportunity? You've got nothing to lose. It's a win-win for you. I'm giving you my time, I'm giving you my expertise. You just got to show up and tell me what it is that you're thinking of achieving in this year. And then we can kind of work through a plan, because as a coach, I partner with you on this journey to keep you accountable to these goals. And your agenda is completely your own. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you how you can do it and I'm going to keep you accountable to it. It'll make more sense if you book a call. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is short-lived motivation. The initial burst of motivation associated with a fresh start can quickly fade, leaving you feeling demotivated and discouraged. I mean, when you're setting a goal on something like a landmark date, like I said, you're in a very, very heightened emotional state, and you always don't kind of think through things clearly. So say you're going to a gym and you set a goal that I'm going to lose 5 kilos because you would have put on a little bit more weight during the festive season. And so you're now thinking, no, by the time January end comes, I'm going to knock off these 5-6 kilos because you want to be a certain weight desperately, right? Okay, so you go to the gym and you start pushing yourself really hard. I mean, you start really going OTT in the gym and you end up feeling really tired, really fatigued, really moody. You get like brain fog because you're not used to it. You didn't do this kind of intense exercise before. So what happens is you get a short burst of motivation. You go there, you're seeing all these people, you're working out, you're taking classes, you have a personal trainer, all this is happening. And then when you come back home, when you leave the gym, there's so much more happening which is actually making you feel like, I really got to push through this. And then the motivation starts to wane. Because you've set up a goal, but you haven't set up systems. I spoke about systems in the last video, so go back and watch that. It'll be linked somewhere up here. You're looking at the goal, but you're not looking at systems. Motivation is a long-term game. You need to be consistently motivated. So it would be better if you are consistently motivated towards a reachable goal. For example, if you are certain, like you've done it in the past, or you know your body type and you know that you're going to be able to lose weight in the gym easily, relatively easily. You're going to be able to lose like 5 kilos in 1 month. Don't aim to lose 8. Aim to lose 6. So you see what I'm saying? It's still a little bit high, but it's not unachievable. So when you have that short burst of motivation, if you start to see progress, you could increase that motivation. Okay? So that's something to watch out for. How do you sustain your motivation instead of having this short burst of motivation and then it just dies out? Great. So let's move on to now number 3. Overgeneralization. People may view a fresh start as the solution to all their problems, neglecting to address key facets, underlying issues that may be contributing to their current situation. So let's think about this. We as humans have the habit of overgeneralizing. We have the habit of this one solution for all our problems because we want to oversimplify things because our brain doesn't want to think and expend energy, right? Our brain wants to just keep us safe, keep us alive, right? So we tend to kind of move or gravitate towards this one-size-fits-all approach, one solution for everything. We fail to think of ourselves as we have different facets of our life, our spiritual, our emotional, our mental, our physical, our physiological, our relationships, our romantic relationships, our careers or business, our contribution to society, or our hobbies, the things we love to do, our family. How can we overgeneralize everything into one basket? Kind of doesn't make sense, right? So we need to really look at what are we looking to achieve, in what area of our life, and what is the best solution for that specific issue in order for us to achieve the outcome that we're looking for. And this will help us to kind of break down this habit that we have of overgeneralizing things. Because at the end of the day, we are complex, emotional human beings. We're not machines. We don't have a set code or a program. What's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you may not be good for your wife or your husband or your partner or your children or your parents. I think you get where I'm going with this. So let's move on to the next one. Lack of preparation. How many of us are guilty of not preparing and planning properly? A fresh start can seem really overwhelming and may lead to burnout or just giving up altogether. You know, when you're setting goals, you really need to take some time to sit down, to think about what you're planning to manifest. There are certain rituals which I follow before I set goals. I go into a deep alpha state, I relax, I put off my phones, put off all my devices, I put on my headphones with an alpha state meditation. I make these too. So in my Conscious Creators Club, I give people these alpha state meditations and we reprogram their subconscious with it. So what do? We go into this alpha state and we really delve deep and see what are we feeling, what emotions are coming up. When we think of our goal, when we see ourselves with that goal, what are we feeling? Where is this feeling? Does it have a color? Does it have a temperature? Just go deep into and see, is this resonating with me? Am I prepared to take this on? Can I see this goal through? Realistically, when do I think I can complete it? And if I think I can complete this goal in 3 months, then I'm going to aim to complete it in 2 months and 3 weeks. Right? If I see myself completing it in 3 months, I'm going to push myself and do it and put a deadline for 2 months and 3 weeks or 2 months and 2 weeks. So you don't get lax and you push. And with the help of a coach or a mentor or a tribe, like we have the Conscious Creators Club, with the help of the tribe, you can choose an accountability partner and you can keep both of you can keep accountable to each other. And you can also talk to me in the once a week lively sessions, in the inner circle calls, and you can talk to me about what is the problem that you're having. In the Gold membership, you get to talk to me one-on-one, and we get half an hour to talk about your issues. So what is it that's stopping you? What's happening? Where are the roadblocks? How can we overcome these roadblocks and get over these humps and bumps, that you're having problems with? Okay? So I hope this makes sense to you. You have to be very prepared when you're going in to manifest a goal or desire. And just because it's an important landmark date and you set it because you were in some kind of emotional state where you were kind of really, really tapped in and tuned in and turned on in a very heightened state without really thinking it through. So you weren't really cognitively aware of, is this possible? Is it not? How is it possible? You're not thinking, you're just emotionally heightened, and so you just get into it. Okay? So watch out for that. Let's move on to the next one, number 5. Number 5 is the tendency to delay, procrastinate, basically. The perception of a fresh start can create this false sense of unlimited time, causing people to delay in taking action until the next fresh start opportunity. So it's like you're stuck in a loop. So say you make you set a goal to start your new business in 2023. So your goal is, I've started my new business and I'm successful and I'm creating a profit by December 15th, 2023. Now you're at the 1st of January 2023. Now it's a huge, audacious, scary ass goal, right? Starting your own business, and you've got 12 months. But guess what? We always seem to over project what we can do and in a longer amount of time, and we under project what we can do in a shorter amount of time. So when we have a longer amount of time, like 12 months, 56 weeks approximately, we tend to think that I can accomplish this in a much shorter time. And when you look at a goal that's just a week away, you tend to underestimate what you can do in that time. So you actually can do much more in that week, but you underestimate that you can actually do that much more. You get it? So when you have this longer goal, right? You're sitting on the 1st of January and your goal is supposed to manifest on the 15th. Did we say 15th? Whatever we said, right? 15th or 25th of December 2023. Now, based on whatever we've spoken about, all the hindrances and whatever is going to come up that we spoke about, the last 4 points, say you slack off and, the antithesis of the fresh start effect starts, right? You start experiencing these 4 hindrances. What are the odds that you're going to not start. Because you think you have so much unlimited time and you think you can do it in much lesser time. You have that much time, like that much time, and you think you can do it in that much time. So what are the odds that you're going to procrastinate? 99% you're going to procrastinate. Not because you don't care about your goal, but because the human mind is made like this. That you think, हाँ हो जाएगा यार, अभी now January अभी ऐसा ही चला गया, I was so busy, so much of overburden in the office, and then so many expenses in the house, and I didn't have enough money to invest, and so all these things come up, right? Watch out for that. That's why I'm saying when you set goals, set it the way I teach it, the way other great teachers, personal development coaches teach how to set goals. Goal setting is a science. It's not something that you can do in the spur of the moment when your emotions are heightened. That's going to actually make you feel bad because you'll start judging yourself. Oh, at that time I was feeling so good. I think I can do this. I was able to set that goal, but now I can't. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm such a dunce. Don't do that. Don't procrastinate. I always take a leaf out of Jim Quick's book, The Brain Coach. What does Jim Quick say? Procrastinate the act of procrastinating, and that has helped me so much. I was procrastinating too when I was getting my courses ready, my online courses ready, because it's a lot of work. Setting up these cameras, the lights, dressing up, sitting, doing the video, researching, editing the videos, uploading them. It's a lot of work. And I'm a single woman army. It's just I, me and myself in my company. And that's the way I want to keep it for some time till I start growing into a really, really, really big business, which is my goal in 2023. But I'm taking baby steps towards it. And I was slacking off because of the sheer overwhelm that I was feeling. And then I said, why don't I try what Jim is saying? Let me procrastinate the act of procrastination. And I started doing just 2 minutes a day, every day, even if I were just to sit and open my computer and just write one paragraph of one module of one course. I would do it every day. And now my course is almost ready. And I got it done in just 2 months. Active work of just 2 months. Because I just said, I'm going to procrastinate the act of procrastination. And I always offered myself a reward after I finished that time block of work. Maybe it's something that you can think about. So it's really important to approach fresh starts with realistic expectations, proper planning, and long-term commitment to your personal growth and your personal development. So how can we do this realistically? How can we do this? You can do this by really zoning into what it is that you really want. I've said this before in this video. You have to dive deep into your why question, which is what I teach in Conscious Creation. In my first level course, Align, Attract, Achieve, the first thing I start is with why. Why do you want what you want? Because if you don't align with who you are, you can never attract what you want and you can never achieve what you desire. So, this is my L1 AAA Academy course. If you want to sign up for my free masterclass, just fill out the Google form below in the show notes and I'll see you at the masterclass, because when you fill in the Google form, we get your details and we can add you to a WhatsApp group, of course, with your permission first. You can go to the landing page. Actually, I don't need to add you because when you go to the landing page and you register, you automatically get into the WhatsApp group. So for now, let's quickly see what we can do at a basic level to prevent the backlash effect of the fresh start effect. Number one is, I'm going to drill it into you, set achievable goals. Avoid setting up unrealistic expectations of yourself in the heat of the moment, because this can lead to disappointment and demotivation. The key words are achievable. And again, you have to know what you're capable of. What's achievable for me may not be achievable for another person, and vice versa. So you have to know who you are. So when we do the 7 levels deep exercise to find out your big why, you really understand what is my motivation as me, as Avril. Why am I motivated to go after this goal? Why do I want this so bad? Okay? Number 2 is create a plan. Break down your goals into smaller, actionable steps and create a timeline for completion. I call this time blocking. Brendan Burchard talks about it, and I learned this from him, time blocking. When you create daily micro actions for weekly milestones, for monthly achievements, okay, like, and then, quarterly, half yearly and yearly goals, that's when you will really be able to assess. The number two thing, like the sub point of this, which is very important, is take stock every week. See what's working and what's not working. The next thing is to be consistent. Like I say, if you're consistent with your efforts, you will make progress and you will make those milestones. You will achieve them. Consistency and persistency go together. You have to be consistent and you have to be persistent. And again, I spoke about this in my last video. Without both of them, they are like two sisters. Without them, you're not going to be able to go very far. Now, the next one is supremely important. Please be patient. Change takes time. Goals take time, and you sometimes may have temporary setbacks. I've had so many temporary setbacks that I think I'll write a book on that, okay? I've had so many temporary setbacks, but I've picked myself up, dusted myself off, and moved on with the sheer focus and determination that Avril, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. And I did this by the next one, celebrating my milestones. Every time I wrote a module, every time I completed a video, I rewarded myself with something or the other, not necessarily food. It could be a massage, it could be watching 15 minutes of comedy on Comedy Central or on Netflix. I rewarded myself with a beautiful journal, whatever, but I rewarded myself. The next one is to reevaluate and adjust. Remember I said that previously? You need to reevaluate every week. Like I maintain a daily journal. What did I do well today? What did I not do so well? And how can I do what I didn't do well better tomorrow? And I always thank myself and praise myself in my journal. I'm so happy, Avril, I'm so happy that I did this. I'm so proud of you, Avril. Okay? The next thing is also supremely important. Surround yourself with supportive people, your family, your friends, your tribe. They will keep you accountable and motivated. And in the Conscious Creators Club, my tribe, we have accountability partners. You can talk to me, you can reach out to other people for help. And people are there to co-elevate and to grow together. And support is so important because no man is an island. We can't do things alone. We are emotional, social, biological beings. We need other people's energy. We need other people's support. Okay, so don't forget to sign up for the masterclass in the Google form below. And like I always say, I came up with this line, stay true to being you. Because I noticed that when I was in show business, I was never true to myself and I was never happy. And happiness is the most important thing. And when you're happy, you will set goals that are meant for you. When your energy is aligned, you will not fall prey to the negative side of the fresh start effect. You will, you will set goals maybe with the fresh start effect in mind. You will experience the fresh start effect, but it won't wither and wane. It's something that you will be able to carry forward with persistence. And that will give you the strength to set new goals and, crack new milestones and overcome obstacles. And, it just goes from strength to strength. So, please share this channel. Please share this video with somebody who you can help. Ideally, 3 people, but if you can't, at least 1 person. Okay? Go elevate. Come to my masterclass. It's free. You have nothing to lose. And if you want, click the Calendly link below and book a free coaching conversation with me, an exploration session or a chemistry session like I like to call it, where we can explore how we can get you to go where you want to go. Take care. I love you.